It's time for Twig This Week at Google. Matthew Ingram sits in for Stacey Higginbotham. Jeff Jarvis and Ant Pruitt are here. A special treat, a visit from Trey Ratcliff, our favorite photographer. He's going to talk about NFTs and what they mean to the creator. Stacey's got the day off again, but Matthew Ingram is here, so glad to have him. Chief digital writer at the Columbia Journalism Review. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
Matthew's coming in via LTE from Canada. So that's two strokes.
Sorry about the quality.
No, it's okay. We're going to, your sound is fine, and that's really all that matters. We're working on different things. In fact, for Jeff Jarvis today, we're trying Zoom. Something he's actually, you know what? The color's better. Everything looks better in Zoom.
I'm not so pink.
Yeah, you look good. Jeff,
that'd be going a little too far, but at least I'm not too pink.
At first I said, let's not experiment with Jeff, but they pointed out you live in Zoom because of,
I do indeed.
All year you teach in Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm used to it.
We've been trying different alternatives to Skype. I fear that Skype is fading away, and
Zoom is I'm going to jinx this right now, but Zoom has been really quite amazing and reliable for me.
Yeah, it looks great.
And easy, except for John, easy to use. Sorry, John.
Poor John. He'll learn.
I couldn't get in.
He'll learn. Also with us, Ant Pruitt on line 4. We've not used line 4 in a while. How you doing, Ant?
Unbelievable as always, sir. Yourself?
I'm great. It's good to see you. And the reason Ant's on line 4 is because on line 1 today, a special guest. Just for a few minutes, we're going to say hello to Trey Ratcliff.
Woo-hoo.
He's down in New Zealand, where there are, count them, zero COVID cases. Hi, Trey.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, there's 0 COVID cases, but 8 million sheep.
No, there is no connection. No connection. Trey has been living down under for, you call it down under, even though it's New Zealand, not Australia, right? Or no? It's Anzac.
Yeah, people refer to it like that.
Yeah.
But mostly down under means Aussie land. We don't like to mix with those.
Trey is an official Kiwi, has been for a decade now, which is great. Moved from Austin. I remember your Austin days, and I remember when you moved, and you're very happy in Queenstown, right?
Yeah. I moved here 10 years ago for a variety of reasons, but actually on the list somewhere down there was just in case of global thermonuclear war or a pandemic.
And pandemic won, thank goodness. So
who played that?
So I want to talk. We brought Trey on, and of course Trey's an old friend, great photographer, one of the best in the world. I'm sure, as you will vouch, Ant Pruitt. Ant says he's been stalking you for years. And Trey used to.
Yes, I said that on there. I know.
Yeah, used to do a show on the network. He's been on many times. We've done triangulations with him if you want to learn more about Trey. But the reason to bring you on is because you sent me an email the other day, said, here's an NFT of one of my images. And I was so taken with that. I said, let's get Trey on because we have been trying, Trey, for a month to figure out what the hell these non-fungible tokens are. And if anybody should know, it's you. You're not the first artist to do this. In fact, this has been, I think, mostly a boon for artists.
No, I'm not the first. And I found out about it the first time like 2 years ago. I have a friend named Yash, who is one of the founders of Pinterest, and he actually came out here to Queenstown, New Zealand, came here into the studio and was telling me all about NFTs and how big they're going to be.
2 years ago.
Yeah. And I said, I don't really understand. So he just explained it to me for hours, okay, I get it. So I almost did it way back then, but I thought, well, sometimes it's not good to be an early adopter. Sometimes it is. But now I think the wave of interest is so high that it's probably the right time to get in.
Grimes got a lot of attention for selling $5.8 million of her art, digital art. A lot of it animated. I think all of it animated for in 20 minutes, almost $6 million in 20 minutes. The National Basketball Association, the NBA's made $200 million selling basketball highlights
Wow.
on NBATopShot.com. The first time I became aware of what now we call NFTs was CryptoKitties, which was a site you would use cryptocurrencies, I guess Bitcoin at the time, to buy these digital cats that would mate. But Trey, it's kind of speculation, really. I mean, because there's no tangible good. Like if I have one of your pictures on my wall at home, that's a tangible good. Not necessarily one of a kind, but it's a thing, a physical thing. You're not selling, when you sell an NFT of your art, you're not selling the print, are you? Or are you?
No, but you can attach real life goods to your NFT.
Okay. But you don't need to.
Or send someone a link in the Skype chat. Like this guy made some shoes, and you can. It's like a digital shoe that spins around. But then, like, if you buy it, you also get the real shoe. And I think in 24 hours, he made about $3 million.
Oh my God!
So,
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think.
And
can you, Trey? Can you restrict? Can you put conditions in the contract about what the owner does and does not get?
Yes, you could put that in the contract because it's a smart contract tied to the Ethereum blockchain. So you can put the parameters in there. You can really do almost anything that you like. You can put it up for an auction, so there's one of one. You can put up a photo or a piece of art that's an open edition, and you put a price on it. And if it sells 560 units, then those 560 things are minted, and that's all that will ever be minted with that particular piece of art. Nice. There's lots of different schemes and scenarios for selling stuff, and I think so you said it's speculation. It's totally speculation, and although
here's my theory. To be fair, so is buying art, Starry Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. If you buy as an investment instead of just something pretty to put on the wall, and I think that's where most fine art is sold as an investment, you're speculating it'll be more valuable in the years to come.
Right. And I think they're right to speculate on it because right now there's so many Bitcoin millionaires out there. They're just they're crawling with them. And people don't know. Right now people buy Bitcoin and they just play the market. They wait for it to go up 4% or down 3%. It's like trading the euro for the yen. And that's a little boring. It's much more interesting to buy, instead of having an invisible Bitcoin, to have like a digital piece of art. And the art, there's secondary and tertiary markets, so it gets sold and resold. So why wait for Bitcoin to go up 3% when you could buy a piece of art that'll jump up 50% in a few weeks?
So you think it's the case that people who are spending money on NFTs are not taking dollars, say, and turning it into Bitcoin or Ethereum and then spending it? This is stuff they have in their wallet. And so it's just like buying more crypto.
That's what it sounds like.
It's kind of like that?
Right.
Okay.
They're probably sitting on hundreds of thousands or millions in Bitcoin and they have it in their Coinbase account. And then these NFT sites, they often use this little wallet called MetaMask. So they can just convert it to Ethereum, send it to their MetaMask wallet, and they can just go stir crazy and buy all kinds of stuff.
Is it usually Ethereum when you're doing an NFT?
Yeah.
That's actually good news because Ethereum is not nearly so energy dependent as Bitcoin is, right? I've been told. Somebody said, Leo, you're an idiot. Don't worry about it. Because I was complaining. Actually, I was quoting Seth Godin, who did a blog post saying, the only thing bad with NFTs is it's going to hasten climate change because there's so much energy involved in these transactions. But that's not the case with Ethereum.
I don't totally understand the mechanics of Ethereum, but I do know that it can do a lot more transactions. Yeah. And there's new with the new Ethereum 2. They've got a lot of different wild computer sciencey techniques that are happening that can, makes it like 10,000 times as efficient as Ethereum 1.
Yeah, it's proof of stake is less energy intensive than proof of work, which is.
And the main reason Ethereum was developed was to do smart contracts like NFTs.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's a really interesting time because, crypto has always been very esoteric for the common person.
Yes. This does not make it any less. I got to be honest. Right. This just makes it even crazier.
We're getting like the muggles in. People that buy all these NBA cards and all this kind of stuff. And so these are like regular people. And so now there's non-computer science nerds like us that are getting into this, collecting stuff. So it's entering a certain zeitgeist. It's still early, but it's nice to see so many people playing the game. It's just a game.
It does remind me of trading cards.
Yeah, it's very much like that. In fact, that's what Seth Godin used the Hannes Wagner card, of which there are only 10, as an example. That piece of cardboard has no intrinsic value.
Or Superman 1.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're a Superman fan, or if there's any Hannes Wagner fans left, because he played 100 years ago, you could say, well, he's a fan. But really, that's not why people buy Hannes Wagner baseball cards. They buy it because of its intense value, and they spend millions of real money on these things. Trey, do you see
the banana?
Sorry? Go ahead, Matt.
I was just...
Did you say
remember
banana?
the fine art? It was a banana taped to the wall by an artist. Do you remember that?
Yep. Yep.
Another performance artist ate it. Do you remember that?
I remember that too.
And then, so that was his art, was to eat the banana. But part of the contract for buying the banana taped to the wall was that the banana would be regularly replaced by the curator.
So it's okay to eat it. The banana, by the way, was priced at $120,000.
Yeah.
Maurizio Catalan, he titled it Comedian. And then along comes another comedian to eat it. This is part of Art Basel in Miami Beach. So, Trey, do you see yourself as selling your goods, your images this way entirely, or is this just kind of a fun little sideline?
It's a fun experiment. I still sell big prints.
Yeah. People want them on the wall, right?
Yeah. This sounds a little name droppy. You guys know I don't take myself seriously, but I did have 2 famous celebrities become collectors lately: Edward Norton and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It is name dropping, but it's okay. If it were me, I'd do it the same.
Do you guys hang out or?
Oh, hey, Trey has introduced me to some major celebrities. Hans Zimmer is a friend. The last time you were in Petaluma, you came here with MySpace Tom, and we went out for Korean tacos.
Wow.
Yeah, so everybody famous I know through Trey. He knows everybody.
Wait a minute, you met Hans Zimmer?
I didn't meet him. Trey's friends with Hans Zimmer. Trey's like his buddy, right? Right?
Yeah, we're friends. We traveled around Europe together.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to ask from the standpoint of the artist that's a starving artist and happens to be able to make a sale of an NFT. What is it from a payment standpoint? I mean, are we talking real money that actually shows up, or is it just going to sit somewhere in a crypto wallet somewhere that they have to sit on forever and ever and just buy more crypto-based items?
Good question. I'd explain how it works. So you take a piece of art. It can be a photo. It can have music attached to it. It can be animated or whatever. You upload it to one of these marketplaces. Like the one I'm going to put mine on first any day now is one called Maker's Place. And then so you upload it, just like you're uploading a picture to Flickr or whatever. And you write a little description, and you put how you want to sell it, what kind of price, and then it goes live. And for example, the way that the money works is, let's say they buy it for $1,000. Okay, Maker's Place takes 15%, and 85% goes to the original artist. So that's really quite good.
That's better than the usual gallery commission, right?
Yeah, way better.
As soon as someone buys it, that money is transferred into your Coinbase account or your MetaMask wallet, and then you can convert that to US dollars anytime.
Okay.
So you can cash it in.
Yeah, even better, because this is a smart contract, if someone buys that on Maker's Place and then they resell it, the original artist gets 10% of every subsequent sale.
Oh.
So until the end of time, you'll get a 10% royalty on that piece.
So I could see your interest in this for the artist. This is a great deal.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Maker's Place, huh?
No.
Yeah.
I can see the gears turning.
Maker's Place is digital. These are digital art. And that's one of the things I think that confuses people about NFTs. As I said, I got from you, I still have it, this a picture of the space shuttle launch. It's beautiful. Yeah. And that's a physical thing. It's probably a print, so there may be other copies of it. That's very common these days. But you may also, if you have a Van Gogh, you might have the original. A digital thing, the thing that confuses me is you can make infinite copies. Does MakerPlace prevent you from making infinite copies of the art you just bought?
Yeah, they have a pretty tight authentication process.
Okay.
Right? Because
Cool.
when it's authenticated in the blockchain, Trey's the original creator, only 20 exist or only one exists.
But it's
And
digital. How can they keep me from making another copy? I don't understand.
Well, technically, I could take the same photo and upload it on another site.
True.
Like Foundation.
So there's a certain amount of trust, I guess.
Gateway.
Right.
But there's ways they can check the Ethereum blockchain to see if the same thing's already out there.
Okay.
So that's why it's just so trusted. And the mind flip that people have to go through is, these Yuval Noah Harari books like Sapiens, that things only have humans are the only animal on the planet that believe in fictions. And if we all believe,
we believe in a lot of fictions, as it turns out.
Yeah,
like money.
You can't see a meter, you can't weigh it, but we all agree on how big a meter is.
Yeah.
So then we can use it to measure stuff.
Right.
It's the same thing with money, and now the same thing with digital art. And you can see so many people are buying it that there's enough people that believe in it, just to keep it going. Same thing out with Bitcoin. People didn't know. We got to get more and more people to believe in this story. But now so many people believe in that story, the story grows.
You could put code into the image too, right? Like sort of steganography, or you could insert something into the actual image itself.
But that'd be copied, Matthew. If I copy bit for bit the thing I bought, it's going to be copied with the bit for bit. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Technically, you can go screenshot my photos anytime and make them your screensaver or whatever background.
Yeah.
But there's only one that exists in the Ethereum blockchain, and it's authenticated.
That's the real one. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real one.
Wow, it's sort of interesting.